Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, and Yahweh Shai being the name of the Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Those are the correct names you pray to. I'd like to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Those are the men that taught me this truth through the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. I'd like to also give citations to the Akim out there on the highways and byways, pushing the truth with all righteousness and sincerity, which is the real house of David. Okay, this quick topic I want to speak on is because of this article I came across. It says one of the 11 disappeared scientists claimed she was hit with Pentagon's top secret weapon after revealing UFO theory. I'm gonna read a little bit of the article, but the point of this quick lesson is going to be basically about we can't fight Esau one-on-one. We can't do this thing by ourselves. And this is why we have to be patient in this thing. This is why we have to wait on Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, because we can't fight him. Like, only way we're going to be saved out of here is through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, through his mercy. Okay? There's nothing we can do with Esau. Esau has the upper hand over us. Everything that we're able to do with Esau is because of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. So brothers can't be carnally minded, and thinking they can do it themselves. It's all, we're going to get out of this because of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, okay? And we have to keep that. We have to keep that in mind. We have to remember that when we get put in situations to where they're going to try to get us to get carnal, or to possibly do carnal things, and we're not that. That's not our ministry, okay? That's not what we are, okay? Of course, they're gonna put things out there to make it seem like we are that, but we gotta make sure we stay calm in those situations. We stay spiritual in those situations, okay? So this is so starting reading. The Pentagon has announced that they employed specialized energy weapons for defense, seemingly vindicating researchers who long warned about the tech. The Department of War Chief Technology Officer Emil Michael announced this development in an ex-post fittingly, or perhaps eerily, posted on May the 4th, more properly known as National Star Wars Day. Directed energy weapons are a fine addition to our arsenal, read the post, which included a pic of said weaponry firing a laser beam and a soldier holding his head in pain. So this is what we're dealing with. You saying, you got certain stupid ass jakes that we need to pick up guns and fight back. No, look at the shit they got. Okay, look at the shit they got. All right, and they using it on their own people. Okay, so imagine what they do to your nigga ass. Dubbed directed energy weapons of DEWs. This advanced instruments of war use focused rays to disable electronic weapons such as drones and incapacitate or even kill enemy soldiers. According to the ex-post, these beams are comprised of contracted electromagnetic energy or atomic or subatomic particles. With this announcement, the Department of War seemingly confirmed years of so-called rumors that claimed that the government was developing the science fiction-esque weapon. Perhaps the most notable figure sounding the alarm was deceased scientist Amy Eskridge, 34, who was involved in extensive research into anti-gravity technology, UFOs, and extraterrestrial life. The researcher, who allegedly died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound in 2002, had claimed she was hit by a DEW attack on her own home in Huntsville, Alabama, not too long before her death, the Daily Mail reported. You can read the rest yourself if you want to, but that's basically, I just wanted to point out the weaponry that they have and they're able to use. So think about if you were to try to fight carnally with this man. He would destroy us, man. He's going to try to destroy us. He's going to be successful in the sense of he's going to be able to kill off a lot of Jake, man. Okay, a lot of Jake is going to be done in the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, because they're going to try to fight back carnally, man, while we're going to wait spiritually to be delivered. Okay, so I just wanted to get a couple scriptures so we can speak on that. This is Psalms 44, 44 and 6. For I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me. Okay, so we can't trust on these carnal things. All right, that's not our blessing. For one, that's Esau's blessing. Okay, We can't trust in the bow and the sword. All right, that's not going to save. That's not going to save us. But thou hast saved us from our enemies and has put them into shame that hated us. Okay. And God, we boast all day long and praise thy name forever. Salah. So that's what's going to save us in those days. Okay. The faith and calling on of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, not picking up a weapon to defend yourself. Now, you may get put in a situation where that weapon is going to defend you, but we know that ultimately it was Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai getting us out that situation. Okay. That's the difference. All right, that's what we put our faith into. That's what we know that's going to help us and save us in those last days. So we got to remember not to be carnal. And the reason I really wanted to speak on this because I feel we're getting close to the end. So brothers are going to really be put in those type of situations where they're going to try to get you off your shit, man. Okay, and we got to be wise. All right, wise serpent, harmless as a dove, man. This is Jeremiah 17:5. Thus saith the Lord, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh his flesh his arm, and whose heart departeth from the Lord. Okay, so you can't trust in man. All right, you can't trust in yourself. You can't trust in nobody else to help you. Only person that we can rely on in those days is Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. That's why we got to put our faith into that, man. Okay, we gotta relish in the name. We gotta live in the name. We gotta proclaim the name, man. And not only do those things, we got to do it in sincerity, which means you have to truly believe, because you're going to have a lot of people with lip service saying they do believe, okay, but they're going to fail in that time, man. That's why we continue to ask for mercy. That's why we continue to ask for endurance, okay, because we know that us ourselves aren't strong enough to withstand those things ourselves. I can say I am not strong enough to say. It's easy for me to say right now that I'm not going to take the mark of the beast. I'm not going to take the sea hip, right? It's easy for me to say that now, but I can honestly say in humbleness, I am not strong enough to deny that on my own, in my flesh, okay? I am not strong enough to deny all the wickedness in this world on my own. Everything I do is because of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, I know what it was like when I didn't have Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, when I didn't know, when I was lost, when I was walking as a zombie, okay? I was doing a lot of wicked things, all right? But once I got him on my side, I become better, okay? And in the flesh, I still fail at times, but I'm a way better man in that sense than I was before Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai called me again, okay? And I just got to do my job, continue and continue to believe, man, okay? 'Cause like we always say, he's going to do his. We know he got his side, okay? He got his his part of the ring, right? He's coming with his. We got to come with ours, man. All right. Let's go back to Psalms. This is Psalms 146:3. Put not your trust in princes, nor in the Son of Man, in whom there is no help, okay? Nobody can help us, man, but Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, all right? Plain as day. That's the point we're trying to get across. Nobody can help you but Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You cannot do this on your own, okay? You cannot do this on your own. Everything that you're going to be able to escape, everything that you're going to be able to endure, because again, we're going to have to go through things, okay? It's not just going to be about, oh, I'm going to escape. I'm not going to have to do this. No, you're going to get put in situations to where your choice is going to, get you on that chariot to get you off, man. All right. That hour of temptation, okay? And you gotta hope, you gotta pray that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai put the spirit on you for you to endure that. But if you believe, he's going to do it. That's the thing. If you believe he's going to be on your side, man. Okay. None of these carnal weapons, none of this carnal mindset is going to get you out of that hour of temptation. All right. This is Hosea 1:7. But I will have mercy upon the house of Judah, and will save them by the Lord their God, and will not save them by bow, nor by sword, nor by battle, by horses, nor by horsemen. Okay. He's not coming to save us with those things, man. He's going to save us in his righteousness, in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Okay, it doesn't have to. He's not going to save us through war of weapons. Okay, that's what Esau uses. That's his blessing. So that's what he's going to ride with to the end. Okay, even when he sees Yahweh coming, he's going to try to use his weapons against him. And Yahweh is going to smash them, man, with himself and with his men. Okay, and with the angels. All right, that's his weaponry. Okay, coming from the Most High. All right, that's what we're relying on. Okay, we're not relying on when we escape these things in the wilderness, maybe we'll find a gun in the bushes. No, man, no. Okay, now hey, maybe that may be that may be that's how he maybe saved one brother. Okay, and he get put in a situation, he'll find like a weapon, and then he'll is able to defend himself in that situation. But again, it's all going back. The point I'm trying to make it is it's all going back into the Lord. We don't believe in this weaponry. Okay, we don't believe in the carnal things. All right, anything we get through is going to be a sanction by Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right, by itself. Let's go to 2 Corinthians 10. I'm going to start at 2 Corinthians. I'm going to start at 3. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh, okay? So yes, we are in the flesh, but we know that we can't let the flesh dictate our movements, okay? Dictate in how we behave, all right? We have to be spiritual. We have to truly be spiritual, man. We can't be like these people that's out in the world. They move in with the carnal mindset. Okay, everything we do has to be filtered through spiritual things. Okay, so again, for though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Again, going back to what we've been saying, we can't win this thing carnally. Okay, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. Okay, that's our power. Our power is Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That's how we're going to defeat our enemies, man. That's how we're going to survive those times of trouble, okay? Is going to be the Most High, all right? Through the Most High and His Son, okay? Not that laser beam weapon that Esau has, okay? You niggas that's saying that we got to fight back, we got to take up arms and defend ourselves. How are you going to beat that? How are you going to beat that? Okay, let's say you don't believe in what we believe in. Let's say you don't believe in the true power, right? Let's think logically. How can you fight against that? You don't have the numbers, and even if you did have the numbers, you don't have the weaponry that they have. And even if you did have the weaponry, the most important thing you don't have is Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That's the thing, man. You can outnumber them. You can have more than them. But you won't win if it's not sanctioned through Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Plain and simple. That's the whole point, okay? Everything must go through him. Go back to Psalms because there's actually a couple of Psalms. This is Psalms 91, 91, Salakia, and 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God. In Him will I trust. Okay, we're putting our trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Okay, that's all we have. That's all you have in this thing. You cannot defeat. You cannot move on without Him, man. Again, I can say, if it wasn't for Yahweh Shem Yahushua, why wouldn't I take the chip? Think about that. You have to ask yourself, if it wasn't for Yahweh Shem Yahushua, why wouldn't you take the chip? And there's even people that's not quote unquote in the truth that say they're not going to take the chip, okay? Because there's certain information they have. Just not people that's in the truth. They know that's they shouldn't be taking that instrument, okay? And and they say they're not going to take it, but they're going to fold in those days, okay? Why? Because they don't have the power. They don't have the shield of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. We would fold if we didn't have that, man. That's how humble you got to be in this thing, knowing that there's anything is possible on the right hand side and left hand side when it comes to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. That's why you need him on your side, so you can be, so your decision making can fall on the right hand side, man. It's only through him that we're going to survive. You have to remember that, man. When you think about it, when you talking to brothers, when you think about brothers, okay, when you walking in your life thinking about yourself, you got to remain humble, man. You are nothing. We are nothing, man, without Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. That's what keeps me humble, man. That should keep you humble. We will fail every test if it wasn't for him. And that's just, that's, you know, it's humbling. Yeah, it's just humbling, man. It truly makes you think, where would I be without him? Okay, and that's why you gotta correct yourself, man. With how you walk and think in this thing. Okay, thinking you might be more than what you are, and you're not. You're not, because just like that, he can do whatever you want. The Most High is so powerful that if he wanted to, he can make you a sodomite, man. And I use that because that's, you know, as brothers, that we think that's the worst thing, man, to be a fucking a sodomite. But he can put a spirit on you to make you that. That's how much we're not in control, man. So you better rely on him. You better pray for his protection, for him to protect you. I'll stay in Psalms 20:7. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we will remember the name of the Lord our God. Okay, I always say, man, the name is the spiritual power that we have now. Brothers is waiting to get certain spiritual powers to do certain things, which is cool. But remember, you're given a spiritual power right now, and that's the name. Okay, that's why the name is important. For those who say it's not important, that's where we run, man. That's where we run for covering. Okay, that's what we put our trust in, is the name of our Lord God, man. This is Romans 8 and we'll start at 8 and 5. Salakia. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things after the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. Okay. So we are after spiritual things, not things after the flesh. And what are things after the flesh? Is being able to fight carnally. Okay. For to be carnally minded is death. I repeat, for to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace, because the carnal mind is enmity against God. It's an enemy, man. For it is not subject to the law of God, neither indeed can be. Okay, so then they that are in the flesh cannot please God, man. So if you're carnally minded, you are against Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, plain and simple. So for you niggas that are claiming the truth, saying you got to pick up arms, okay, or thinking that you can save yourself out of this, you are sadly mistaken, and you gonna burn. Plain and simple. That's the message. If you don't believe in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai and you think you can do it on your own, you will die. That is a fact. That is 100% fact, and it can't be refuted. Only a carnal man will refute that. Okay. So keep that in mind, man. You got to remain humble in this thing, okay? Last scripture. This is Proverbs 3 and 5. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding, man. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths, okay? So put everything Everything you think you know, okay, it has to be filtered through what Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai says, okay? Because, yeah, in this thing, man, you might have a certain feeling of how you may do things, how you feel about certain things. But that shit don't matter when it comes to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. It don't matter, okay? We got to put our faith in him, and he will guide our ways, man. We just have to believe. Again, he's going to do his part. You got to do yours, all right? So, I'll end it off with that. Hopefully, you've been edified. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Okay, remember, those are the names you pray to. Brothers and sisters, fast, pray, do whatever you can do to make yourself better so you get out of it, so you can get out of this upcoming destruction that's about to happen. We are clearly at the end. You hear all these wars and rumors of wars, man. All this pestilence that's going on out here. You see the new droid that's out here, man. It's only going to get worse, okay? And the temptations are going to get stronger, okay? The devil he's going to get stronger in the sense of him trying to fuck with you to try to get you off your shit, okay? And you just got to fight back spiritually, man, okay? And trust in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai that he will not only he's going to put you through things, but he's going to be able to deliver you right out of them, okay? So just keep that in mind, man. When times get tough, remember to call on that name and truly believe. And there's nothing that he can't do, that he won't do for his people, okay? For his people that love him, the sincere ones, okay? So remember to remain sincere and remain humble. Those are two key attributes. When you pray, make sure you're praying for that also, okay? Yeah, you might be sincere and you might be humble now, but say, hey, pray for more of it, okay? Pray for more of it. Pray for more understanding of it. Because a lot of times, people say those words, but they don't truly understand what being sincere is, what being humble is, okay? We got to we're nothing, man. We are nothing without Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. I've seen it, man. I've seen it myself in my walking journey. I am nothing without him. Anytime I made a decision on my own, when it wasn't of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, I failed, and it cost me, okay? And I know what happened when I put my faith in him, okay? I gained. And even when I didn't gain in that situation, I gained understanding, understood this is what I must go through to continue in this fight, all right? So again, give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Shalom.